Usman. And with me in the studio is Jordan.
Yes, very beautiful morning to you, Abuja. It's an amazing
Jordan, were you
day.
really waiting for me to introduce you, like,
Well, I thought you were
formally?
I thought you were going to do that, but hey, my name is Jordan Marshall. Good morning, Abuja. Once again, we've been together all day long. It's been such an eventful day right here in Abuja, Nigeria, and globally, and lots of activities went down. Some of those we have picked and hammered upon. So far, so good, and we've not stopped. We've got one particular delicate issue we are going to hammer upon right now on X-Ray today. Promises to be an exciting show. Make sure you keep your dial locked on the station.
All right, as you heard, today is the 7th of November 2018. And yes, on the X-Ray, we try as much as we can to the best of our ability to X-ray into certain matters. And today we will be looking at the spread of false news on social media. Now, social media has come to stay. However, with this easy access and so much advancement in technology comes both advantages and disadvantages. And in recent times, political processes have been influenced by publications, articles, write-ups, etc. on different social media platforms. Now, one of the major advantages that have come with the rise of social media is falsehood, misinformation, distortion of original contents, and so much more. Now, this begs the question, what can be done to monitor or regulate what people post and spread on social media? One may even ask, should it even be monitored or regulated in the first place?
Absolutely, and I think opinions will definitely be split first and foremost, because a whole lot of people will, believe that there is need to be for regulation. There is need for social media to be monitored, and a whole lot of people would think, hey, we deserve our freedom to express ourselves. You know, social media is not like it's anything formal. But then I think all these and many more we will be dissecting on the X-Ray today, and we have got someone in the studio, a guest. A bit of a professional, especially when it comes to issues like this. And in no time, we will tell you who that person is.
All right. It picked something on the internet, actually did pick our interest. Well, it's been in the news as well. I mean, in the US, Facebook did block about 115 accounts, which it said have been engaged in coordinated, inauthentic behavior. That was done ahead of the US midterm elections Tuesday. Now, the social network said that it had been contacted by U.S. law enforcement, that was Sunday evening, alerting it to online activities which may be linked to foreign entities. Remember that, you know, there's been this back and forth, U.S. and Russia saying, oh, your involvement, you know, with the previous election.
Oh, yes.
Has, you know, all those uncertainties and things somehow to some extent were yet to be proved, and, you know, a lot of speculations. Now, they have taken this step based on the, you know, the midterm elections that was going on. So we thought to ourselves, Nigeria, you know, we're looking forward to the 2019 general elections, and I mean, it's like the biggest for us right here, yeah? So we want to see what can we do as a nation, as a country, Nigeria. Is there anything that can be done to ensure that we reduce to the, you know, minimal whatever false information could be transmitted on social media platforms. Joining us to discuss this is Lanre Toluhi. He is a social media provocator, social commentator, data analyst, and also youth advocate. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Abuja. Good morning, Roots.
And Jordan Marshall.
And Jordan Marshall.
Since you were holding your name now, our guests cannot remember your name. All right, and it really is a pleasure to have you join us on this conversation. Now, one of the many titles attached to your name is social media provocator, and I remember I just had to ask. So maybe our listener would also want to know exactly what does a social media provocator do. So you could just take a few minutes and run us through that.
Okay. Thank you very much. Social media provocator. Yes, social media provocation is all about, you know, that social media is actually come to stay. Social media can serve as a means of income generation. It can serve as a company which can take in people, as an industry that take in people. And for someone like me, I have a social media outfit, a social media firm that basically I have staff in it that runs social media on every social media platform, from the WhatsApp to Facebook to Instagram to Twitter to Pinterest. And people do a lot on social media. It's actually a community on its own.
Yeah.
A large, a very huge community. Now, most of us still believe that even the conventional media, which I mean now, get their news from social media. So there is a need for people to know that as it is, we are more like an activist. To be a provocator and an activist on the social media, I believe that everything that is on the social media should be verifiable. And it's not just you post junk because you want to post junk. No, you post things that because you have younger ones. And this social media is where most of the world's youth go to. And the youth of the world control more than 70% of the world population. So we are talking of a demography. You're talking of a high demography, a constituency that is high. And so therefore, for you to be a social media provocator, you must be active, and you must be active, not just be active in a positive way.
Interesting. So it has a lot, or you have a lot to do when it comes to ensuring that whatever goes out there on social media is something that can be verifiable.
Yeah.
You and I know you've mentioned WhatsApp and Facebook. So many times we get a lot of information that are unverifiable. Sometimes they just tell you copied as forwarded, all these kind of like, okay, the person is trying to exonerate themselves, from whatever information because they are also unsure of the source, yet they are spreading it.
So why spread a rumor, in quotes, where you're not sure? Why writing copy? If you see it as a human being, we should, wherever we see, we should be able to first digest, understand it clearly, or do our investigation to get a clearer view to verify it before you send. At times you just wake up, they'll tell you, there's a part, some days ago, I had to respond to somebody in a WhatsApp group, and he said there's a particular company for the past 5 years. You see them, they'll put an email, they're looking for surveyor, they're looking for this, this is it, right? Send your CV to a particular email. And I told them and I asked them, what does this company do? There's no company in the world that employ every month in the past 5 years. Nobody can do that. So just because you're trying to, I guess most people are naive. Most people don't actually know what it is. Most people are anxious. Anxiety gets in and people just want to be part. Or most people just want cheap popularity. Most people want to say, okay, I broke it first. Why broke something first that you are not sure and it's not verifiable? It is not allowed. It shouldn't be encouraged.
That's true. I mean, from yesterday when the proposed minimum wage was presented to the president, we are yet to hear anything tangible, so to speak, or any confirmation from the presidency. However, there's been pockets of reports about, okay, whether there's, speculations, of which, of course, I won't mention, but then that's just to show exactly it is, what you're trying to say now. Some people just can't wait. It's like, okay, we think or we believe that this could be the outcome, so we'll just put it out there because we can. I mean, as long as you have a smartphone, whoever you are, no matter the level of your education and what have you, you just get to, have access and post things. Now, aside being a social media provocator, you're also social commentator, meaning you can talk about public, affairs and things going on in the polity. Now, we're having this conversation basically because we have had our own experiences where so many images, videos, and stories are posted on social media. It could be Facebook, it could be on WhatsApp, especially when we have some crisis situations in some parts of the country, and then you get to see pictures or videos. And sometimes at the end of the day, they tell you, oh, this incident did not even occur in Nigeria. However, they'll tell you, oh, the current thing going on in Kaduna now, this is it, to see how they're killing people, and it goes round and round. Now, what can you say about such things? I mean, how do they affect, especially the negativity surrounding doing something like that? How does it affect the masses?
This affects the masses because first, it hits up the polity. Because some weeks ago, I saw a picture where there is a railroad, and there's a grown tree. Maybe you saw it, I don't know. And some people are saying this was in Nigeria, it happened at a time, and truly, it was in Nigeria. And, one thing about this is for you to be able to be on social media, that means you have an access to the internet, be it at the minimal level. Your phone at a particular stage, to a particular degree, is smart. That means you that have access to that internet, to the social media, means you can actually have access to Google and any online web search. And luckily for us, if you see a video or see anything, a picture, you can actually check it from these places. Because when you put the video and you check it at the images, it will tell you where and when. If it had been there, if it had not been there. Why don't we just take that 5 minutes, that few minutes off before we confirm? And there are a lot of things. You see, there'll be crisis. You see, it is that bad that in the world, not Nigeria, in the world, issues, people have accidents, there are people are involved in accidents, and people are involved in one kind of catastrophe. For humans to go and try to help save them, we would rather post it on social media. Snapchat, we'll be Snapchatting.
I have seen certain videos like that, and I'm really wondering, instead of saving this person, someone is busy trying to capture the moment.
Capture the moment. And you now look at it, this is why someone like us, being a provocator, he gets us angry, gets me angry personally. Believe me, get me angry. Like, you can save these people. Why Snapchatting? Why Facebooking? Why going live? Why doing this?
Well, maybe they feel someone could be helping while they are doing the recording.
Then who is helping? You are the only one there. You are 5 there. You see everybody shouting, screaming, and nobody's helping. Everybody wants to have it first on their timeline.
To be the first, yes.
First on their timeline, and it's taking the human thing away. Look, in as much as I believe in social media, I have benefited from social media. I love social media. You see, it is even affecting our human relationship. You see a couple, you see families, and they're in the same room. You see friends in the same room, and for 30 minutes, no one is talking to one another. No one is talking to each other. Everybody's their phone or on their tab on wherever we are. They're trying to relate, we are trying to communicate, and nobody's talking. It is good, but it is good for us to do. It is good for us to go global, because to go global and to make the world a global village. But we need to learn how to manage both. That brings us the maturity in us. That brings us the human. That's why we are human. We are not machines. We build these machines. All this in artificial intelligence, we built them as human. Why are we allowing them control us? They shouldn't control us. We should be able to control these things.
Okay, now there's this trend as well, when it comes to passing forth wrong information. There are lots of times people, individuals just go get pictures or images of individuals that attract a lot of sympathy. And, they caption these images, send it to the next 100 people or send it to the next 30 people. Otherwise, something bad happens to you. They say, if you don't type amen to this image before nightfall, something happens, stuff like that. And it's really appalling.
Yeah, I'm a Christian. Sorry, I'm a Christian. And I know the God I serve does not need my amen to bless me. If he's going to bless me. And I know it happens in the other religion. In Muslim, in Islam, in Buddhism, whatever you follow, there is a way you go around it. It does not mean what you type. You see, the truth is,
they tell you send it to a number of people.
Now, you now look at it. How does it? I know in social media you can make money by something. the whole place are closed up. Everywhere is closed up. Where we have BVN, we have our BVN, we have national ID card, we have driver license, we have all sorts of licenses, and yet when we want to vote, everywhere is still closed down a week to go and a day for the election. Those are the reasons. If we can, because the truth is all these things are striving because people can just chunk them out. But if you have had the good processes, where if I want to vote, you want to vote, you don't have to close your work from your office here because you have your BVN, because you have whatever you have, you put it in. Now, people will not even, because people are clustered somewhere. That is why people are chunking out numbers. If people are not clustered somewhere, you can't chunk out numbers because we don't know what people that have voted. So when you are not saying 1,000 people have voted, where is the word? Because you don't need the word. Do you get what I'm saying? You don't need the ward, you don't need you don't need the polling unit, not the ward, nor the local government, this thing. Because people are voting from different, people everywhere can vote in as much as they have the Syria. And all you need to do is do a good system that one Syria, it is linked, and that Syria cannot vote twice.
Okay, now I think we've seen a few measures taken by these so-called social media establishers. Facebook, for example, there are options for you to call the attention of the establishers whenever you come across, certain content you're not cool with. I don't know, are these measures really helping so far, or?
These measures have helped so far. The truth be told, it has helped, and you see, because when you have something, you report it. They call it to report, and they Facebook. Well, Facebook, in a way, some are actually even be championing, and they've done well because they first check, they want to know why. But at the same time, too, that's what I'm saying. In our system, in a same system, people have done well and done better. But in our system, what we do is, even when you've not done, now if you put something that is it's not fake, but because it's just against my view, I go report you, and I tell my friends to go report you just to shut you down, or just to get you suspended.
Do you mean as individuals, ordinary, Nigerians, or to people who are in politics, in particular?
Everyone. See, politics, when people say politics, I laugh. Politics is every person in this world is a politician. I'll tell you why. From our homes, from you who manage our homes, see, as parents, you might not show it.
So there's
a particular, look, as a parent, there's a particular child.
That's a favorite.
You are interested, and you don't want to show it. As a child, there's a siblings of yours that is your favorite, and you're not showing it. Even to yourself, there's some days, there's some clothes you wear to a particular place. Everybody is a politician. So when you say politician, it just depends on how you now. That's why people say career politician. I say, okay, how you now manifest
so career politician.
Yes. So, but I think it's for everybody. I think everybody has that issue, because I think an average Nigerian, if I'm not even a politician, you have somebody, someone you are leaning towards.
Definitely.
And if somebody is saying something contrary to your view, you try to report them and try to get them suspended for a while. Facebook has been doing that. Even lately, it's surprising, because Facebook is just not doing that. For the past 3 months, Twitter has been shutting down accounts. Even you wonder where they get. You just see an account is being shut down, and you try to write to them that I want my account reopened. They will tell you it has violated their right and it's permanently shut down. And you wonder where it's coming out from, because people are reporting wrongly. You see, now to get to a stage that these social media providers or companies will now start not even trying to buy it, because they will not start looking. It's not more genuine, because they will not start losing customers. If you are being genuine, if you are being truthful with how we are doing it, it will be better.
So, individuals are taking advantage, of these measures being put in place by the so-called social media establishers for the wrong reasons. And that means it lays them off. There is a chance eventually, subsequently, it could lay them off, and they could feel all relaxed and not willing to step in. Wow.
All right. It sounds like we're getting to that part where we may have to focus a little more on whether or not to have the social media platforms be regulated. Our in-house barrister will be joining us in just a few minutes, so we'll get to hear just how easy or how practicable that will be for us, especially here in Nigeria. Stay with us. It's 10 a.m. and the program is The X-Ray. It continues in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.
Human Rights Radio.
This is your magazine radio station. Listen.
It's only today that my daughter gets just to eat food. Just 2 months now. You be in your shop selling before you know your child will disappear.
Listen.
My own. That is what is killing us.
They demolish everything. They burn all our things. Even my credentials, even my children own. Up to the extent, no clothes, nothing.
Government cannot give us everything we want. And as a youth, the little you have, you can use it to establish yourself.
Given a voice to the voiceless. 101.1 FM. Listen.
We are the joy of our nation. We are the unity of our nation. We are the makers of our heritage. We X-ray topical national issues and the trending matters of our time. Examined, dissected, and analyzed. With our team of analysts, you can be sure of an incisive discourse.
9:30 to 10:30 a.m.
Mondays to Fridays. X-Ray on Human Rights Radio, 101.1 FM, Abuja.
Oh yes, delighted to know you are still very much keeping your dial logged on this station, Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, right here in the FCT 1001. It's been the X-Ray. So far, so good. And just in case you are joining, we have been talking about social media and falsehood. And we've had the honors of having a guest in the house, and we have added to our number of guests right about now. But for your information, we've got Larry Toluhi, social media provocator, social communicator, data and analyst, and of course, youth advocate with whom we've been able to dissect issues. We've got the barrister in the house.
Okay, so Barrister Uche Uka, our in-house barrister, is joining us at this point to continue on the conversation. Now, our guest has mentioned something. Well, he is a social media provocator, which, according to him, is someone who is more like an activist for social media and tries to ensure that, things that are posted on social media should be things verifiable, genuine information and all of that. But then in the course of our conversation as well, we're getting to that point whereby we may have to have a need for regulating, whatever is posted on social media platforms. And, we know that there is the freedom of speech and expression and what have you. We also know about the anti-social media bill that was passed, and so many people just said, hey, this is like you're trying to choke us, and we may be unable to express ourselves freely on social media. Now, what do you think? Should the social media platforms, as individuals that have their own platforms or handles, should it be regulated?
Well,
and will it in any way perhaps
I don't know if you're
infringe?
asking me my personal opinion now.
Okay, not your personal. You are here because you are the barrister.
Okay, well, if you talk about social media, it has come to stay, like you said earlier. I listened to it when you said it has come to stay, and it has affected our lives tremendously. That cannot be taken away. A lot has happened. Advantages, of course, and disadvantages it has come with a lot of all of those, and it has made so many changes around us. But when you ask whether we should govern social media, well, so far it has remained an ungoverned space. The cyberspace has been a very free platform so far. And when you ask whether we should govern it, I want to say no. I don't think that...
Okay, this no is coming from the personal you?
Yes,
or
personal me.
Okay.
Personal me. And that answer will, of course, is influenced by the fact that I have a background that is, is always influenced by the law. Now, Nigeria has recently, or the government has recently strove to promote laws or promulgate laws, put in effect laws and that will impose sanctions on what we do on the social media, so much so that it will help to curtail the kind of negative information that is spread on social media. But that has been vigorously opposed by the citizens. Nigerians are saying that we have a lot of laws in place already that are kind of policing our freedom of expression. Now, the freedom of expression of every Nigerian has already been enshrined in the constitution of our country. Now, so when you have all of these laws, back to back, trying to stifle you, trying to police you, trying to monitor what you say every now and then, it begins to put a question mark of sorts on our democracy.
To the extent, okay.
Yes. So Nigerians are saying, no, we already have laws. This is not even the first time, or just the anti-social media bill that was vigorously contended against. It was not the first time the government was trying to put a check on what people say, on how they express themselves, and all of that.
That's it, is to put a check, is to ensure that, okay, nothing goes out of hand. People have died because of certain information, wrong informations that were posted on social media.
Of course.
Why will Nigerians, the generality of Nigerians, be against anything that could perhaps monitor? Not necessarily to say, well, maybe we're really policing the whole process, but then be sure and certain of what information you're posting.
But the point is, we have laws, the Criminal Code Act, the Penal Code, all have provisions that that penalize false information, spread of false information, and false news.
Are we able to track down people from their social media handles?
We also have now the print and electronic media is being strictly regulated. So when you have all of this, you have the Criminal Code, you have the Defamatory and Offensive Prohibitions Act, you have the Penal Code, and all of these things are there to checkmate what you say and how you say it. We also have the Cyber Crimes Prohibition and Prevention Law, and all of these are already there. Now, what is left to checkmate when you already have these, will I say, legion of laws?
For conventional media, now this social media is like, it's freestyle. I could just be in my bedroom and post something. I'm relaxing, enjoying my AC and all of that, and people are killing themselves because of what I posted.
I am not saying that every Nigerian should have a right.
And they may not be able to track me.
Every Nigerian should have a right to do what he or she pleases. That's not my argument. But my argument now is that we already have laws put in place. Like I said, we have the Cybercrime Prevention and Prohibition Law. We have the Criminal Code Act, we have the Penal Code Act, we have the Defamatory and Offensive Prohibitions Act. All of these things are there. And you are also talking about a constitution that says you have the freedom to express yourself. Now, it's becoming like an irony that you no longer know when you can express yourself. And this is a democratic government. We operate a democracy in this country. And you are also saying, okay, yes, we have been able to police what you do outside of social media. The print and electronic media is being well regulated and monitored. And then this social media that we try to,
So in essence, Barrister Oche, what can be done to try and ensure that there is peace on the social media? Because people go there, and sometimes when you see the things that they write, you want to start running.
Yes, I would not disagree with you on that point. What I'm saying, my point here is implementation of the existing laws
could help. It could help, yes, to that.
Proper implementation of the existing laws. We can't keep implementing laws after the one. We can't keep signing into law, bills upon bills, having laws upon laws.
But the world keeps revolving.
Of course. Yes,
so sometimes
it's a dynamic
we really have
world.
To create new laws.
Yes, it's a dynamic world, but we already have all of these things, and we should have an opportunity where people can. We're not taking away the fact that yes, it is threatening. It could affect our interests, global security, on all of that and all of that. We are not taking that away from reality. That yes, these are the challenges we face as Nigerians, but we can't. But you can't take citizens to a point where it's more like you are telling them, see, nothing.
Okay.
You should only be seen, not heard. You know, I don't think it is safe for us as a nation to get to that point.
All right, Mr. Larry, with the 2019 election just around the corner, we've conducted certain. Some chairmanship primaries and all of that, and some people have been attacked, some people have died already and all of that. Now, looking at elections in Nigeria, as we look forward to 2019, what can you say can be done, on the the space where we have the Nigerian social media, let's say, what can be done to at least ensure that we have genuine information that will be put out there by individuals or other organizations? You know, what can you do in your capacity? I mean, on your own, being someone who is, you know, that enthusiastic about the social media.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you once again. You see, if you look at the last two elections, which was conducted by INEC, which was the Ekiti and Osun gubernatorial election, social media actually helped a lot.
Positively?
Positively.
Okay.
It was a positive, social media took a very positive lead in that election because we knew, you know, like we've said it over and over again. See, equity is key. And when anything you do and you're not ready to show equity, I don't think is worth embarking. My lawyer, am I right, my barrister?
Yes, we are.
And we've seen, like we said, we've seen when results are, we've seen where results, like you said, have been chunked out severally in places, and you see where people will get 10 in a unit, and when they're announcing it, it's going to be 20, or where they're announcing it, they're saying it's 3. But social media was able to help us because people went on with their phone, were good, they were law-abiding. Look, social media, I actually think social media, most of the people on social media can be law-abiding. They can be because they know, because for you to, seriously, believe me, because for you to hold your phone, because there's a link between social media and our phones. Greatly, because most of us, yes, there are other places, there are other devices to go to the social media, but most people go, look, 80% of people on social media with their phones.
Yes.
And for you to have this kind of closer pictures and everything, you see, in the election, people go to snap the results, the signed results, and they posted it. That was why we knew there was in Osun, there was a particular place, there was a 1,000 vote missing and not missing. The old Nigeria, when social media was not in vogue, you would have noticed that. You have just passed, and somebody would have just been the Lord Emperor over it and said something, but you can see it. And going to 2019, social media is going to help. It's going to help the Nigerians. You see, there are some people in the villages that are dependent on some people at the urban areas. The people in the villages might not really have good access to social media or some information, but people in the urban, they have the feel immediately, and their opinion counts because they are more like the breadwinner. Now let's assume, let's use you. Let's say in the village you have a lot of people depending on you, and now you are telling them that as long as they depend on you, now you are not canvassing for a particular candidate or a particular party, but they probably are following you on social media and they are seeing your trend or your ideal kind of candidate. They are saying this is kind of thing Nigeria need now, this is what we need now, this is what we don't need now, this is what we don't need now. They can decipher the message and the codes you are sending. Now, they will know that for them to still continue to get that thing from you, because you need to earn to be able to offset their own bills. And then now, this might be the place you need to earn. When I mean earn, I'm not talking of collecting money from them. You need your constant inflow. Your business needs to grow. Your business, your salary needs to come. Your salary earner, your salary needs to come on time for you to be able to send them. And they know that you're already saying, okay, this candidate candidate W might not be able to pay might not make economy good enough for me to earn my salary. And candidate Z might be able to work for me to earn my salary. You're not telling them vote for candidate Z. You're just telling them what is good. They will decide that, okay, it's better we go towards candidate Z.
Okay.
So that this our breadwinner can get a salary and in time trickle down to us in terms of our add-ons or in terms of taking care of the school bill, of the school fees, the bills and everything. So social media actually have a lot to play. That's why I see a lot of people tell you social media does not matter, and I look at them and I laugh. If you know politics very well, you know, social media has played quite a lot from the days of Obama. From the days of Obama, he wasn't having issue before, but since Obama became in the first time, the yes we can period, social media did a lot. And if you look at it, even what the present government in place in Nigeria, look, they were able to galvanize the kind of support they did because of social media. Nobody can take it away from them because they were everywhere. the information dissemination was on top, was the top notch. You'd see them doing it. And social media was it. And in 2019, it's going to be the same. But in this time around, people are wiser in time of, people now, you and I, now we are discussing it. Before now, nobody is discussing fake news. Or false news, rather, false news. Nobody was discussing false news. Now we are discussing false news or hate speech. Now we are discussing it. We are discussing hate speeches. We are discussing false news. It means people are now wiser. People are now seeing clearer. People are now getting more understanding concerning this thing.
All right, so let's take a few minutes and listen to your thoughts as you've been listening to the conversation in the past couple of minutes. You know the numbers to call, and as well send your WhatsApp messages too.
Oh yes, you can be a part of the show by calling the number 081-8999-1011, 081-8999-1011. Talk about social media. We are live on Facebook. Search at Human Rights Radio and keep yourself posted with scenes right here in the studio.
Hello?
Hello. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Ruth. Good morning, Barrister Uche and your co-colleagues there.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Jamil calling from Opposing T.
All right, Jamil, we're listening.
Yeah. Well, this is the end thing now in Nigeria and in the world at large. Permit me to say this because social media, yes, it has its own advantage and disadvantage, but I'm just thinking that the disadvantage is outweighing the advantages, because when someone posts something or broadcast something as false, like, let me take myself for example. I have some of my friends that when they broadcast something for me on Facebook and WhatsApp in particular, I would tend to ask them, please, what is your source of this news? They were like, you self, what do they do? I say, you have to tell me now, because you're posting something for me to believe. So you have to convince me that this is what is this. Can you get me?
Yeah.
So some people like always post, and when someone posts something, maybe I'm supporting, in political terms, for example, I'm supporting Mr. A and I'm not supporting Mr. B, and you know that I'm supporting Mr. A. So he posts something contrary to Mr. B, so that I would like get angry and say, yes, so which I will broadcast. I have to ask, what is this thing coming from? Where is it coming from? You're like, I thought say you know like this, yes, I don't like her now, but you have to tell me where you are getting this information from.
All right,
and
Jamil, try and round up.
Play a vital role on this issue. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Jamil, for sharing that. 081-8999-1011. You can send your WhatsApp message to the same number as well. We're looking at the spread of false news on social media platforms and what can be done, especially during election times.
Hello, good morning. Hello? Hello?
Okay. That call just, ended. You can call us right back.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. What's your name?
My name is Omorige. I'm calling you from Derby.
All right, welcome. This is X-Ray on Human Rights Radio. Go ahead.
For me, I think what the government should pay more attention to do is to teach people how to design information on social media. Because trying to stop people to practice on social media will not really help the matter. Like for me, anytime I see information on social media, I do compare the news with other sources to check out who the news is. So I don't just believe people and think out the news before I make my own decision. So I think attention should be on how to educate people more. Because social media has a way of has been of a very good next step to people. Because now like our politicians now, they are more careful with the things they do. They are more true with things they say, because when you say that, it's already on the net. So I think attention should just be educating people on the advantage of social media. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Further laying emphasis on verification. Number to call 081-8999-1011.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning to you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Okay, I'm calling from Maraba. My name is Solomon Jack.
All right, Solomon Jack, welcome.
I just want to contribute on this issue of social media.
Go right ahead.
As a matter of fact, social media is one of the best things that we are being privileged to have it in our African society like Nigeria. And anything that is good, it has much disadvantages because the age is done. What I'm trying to tell you is that we cannot condone social media. Okay. Social media in Nigeria, if you can even go to rural areas now, you find out that even the people that are attending the age of secondary school on social media, which they go to information, they know what is happening in Nigeria. Either wrong or either good or wrong. But as that other woman that was trying to expatiate on the disadvantages, it's true. It's the institutions that were going to strengthen the institutions so that they will regulate some of this attitude.
Okay.
Because at times you see things happening, like information, maybe there's a crisis in a certain area. It will be through the social media at times you know that such a thing is happening in that place. And attention or even the security agents will be prompt to take action on what is happening in that media society. So we should not condone it. We should rather embrace the social media and develop it and strengthen the institutions that are to safeguard the people done on these actions. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that one right there. If you have an opinion to share, feel free to call the number 08189991011. And just in case you have no idea what we are talking about, it's been social media all along. And the fact that it always comes with one form of information distortion, falsification, or the other. So if you have an opinion to share on how we can possibly tackle that particular problem being faced, in the social media world, feel free to call or WhatsApp the number 08189991011.
And don't forget, Human Rights Radio is located at Kaura District, very close to Games Village, very close to Galadima roundabout as well. So if you are trying to find where we are, that's exactly where we are. And of course, you can also get us on social media, just like we're talking about social media. We are on Facebook, Human Rights Radio, and call that number or send a WhatsApp message on that as well. Let's see if we can get one final call, and then we take some final thoughts from the people in the studio. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the X-Ray. What's your name?
My name is M. Brooks.
Okay.
I'm calling from Cuba.
Please go ahead.
On the issue of social media, we all know that social media has been very important to Nigeria, especially in politics. So I think something should be done about the issue on social media. We only have to implement on the laws and regulations that are governing social media according to the law of Nigeria. But if we try to do things contrary to that, maybe we don't know. We see how government rulers, our leadership in Nigeria now, they are advancing issues that have to do with rule of law. They may capitalize on that to strengthen the ideas of freedom of speech, especially in the social media. So that's my opinion to it.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in and sharing your thoughts with us. Now, in your final thoughts to our listener, Mr. Larry.
Yeah, thank you once again, Madam Lady Ruth. See, our listener out there, we need to know that social media has come to stay, and in as much as that come to stay, we must learn how to give verifiable news. We need to, whatever we send out should be what we can defend anywhere, especially where you're in community, you're in an environment that everything is political, everything tends to go is that political way, religious way, or tribal way. We need to be careful what we send out there, and whatever we send out there should be what we can stand anywhere to defend. And we shouldn't be cowed to not saying what is right because we are scared of anything. We should be saying something that is right, and we should be bold to say it. because boldness is key in social media. And with that way, we can help to emancipate our people from everything we think is not right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Barrister Uche.
Okay, I want to align myself with the caller who said we need to increase awareness. Yes, it's important that we educate Nigerians or citizens that